I just got back from a very long day at Anime Expo 2026. There are so many incredible games on display here. I cannot count how many I am excited for. There is one game, however, that stands out. Multiple games, actually, that stand out, but one in specific I want to talk about today, which you no doubt realize what is, because, I mean, is the title. I played Silver Palace at Anime Expo 2026. I also played Silver Palace in its first closed beta test. I finished the entirety of the game, and then I finished the demo available right now as well. So I feel like I am uniquely qualified here to talk about the changes, the improvements, and the state of the game based off of my time at their booth at this convention. With this money, if you are at all interested in playing the dichotomy test phase, you can go ahead, click my sponsor link down below, navigate on over, pre-register. You can also pre-register for the game right now, and you should be, because this game is going to be an absolute banger based off of the first beta test that I played, based off of this demo, and based off of, I'm sure, the second beta test. Silver Palace is an open world action RPG. It features this beautiful Victorian era aesthetic. It features two different protagonists. I know that there were people that were a little deterred from playing it because back in the first test phase, you only played from the perspective of the female protagonist, the detective. In this version, though, in the previous trailer we saw, they finally introduced the male protagonist. Right at the beginning of the entire demo, you are presented with both male and female, showcasing two characters that occupy the same world. These aren't just male and female same character. These are two different characters that have intertwined, or at the very least, I'm assuming, intertwining stories. You see the main guy and you see the main girl. You see them openly interacting. I mean, hell, dude, they perform a tag team wombo combo and hit the two goddess statue jigs. I don't even know what they are, but they were hot, like smoking hot. Like, why are the villains always so hot? By the way, anyway, I digress. You have two different main characters that are occupying the same world. You don't just pick one gender. These are two characters with distinct personalities. I love that. I love dual perspectives. Two main characters that either, cross paths or that feature different storylines. I guess we'll get to, they'll elaborate on that in the beta test, the dichotomy test, which you could sign up for, by the way. And then upon full release, I'm hoping that they have, like diverging paths and that they have their own unique stories and like cast of characters. I think that would allow for like so much more depth and so much more of the world to be covered. But, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We're here to talk about the test and the demo. So this demo featured two main characters, a very, very cool intro, completely reworked intro. In the beta test, you just saw the detective, you fought Cinderella, and then you were presented with this beautiful world in the city of Silvernia. You got to fight a werewolf at the beginning, and then you saw like a detective, another like an officer, and then you fought another werewolf, and then you went hunting for more werewolves, and then you just kind of like explored the world, and you saw some of the story characters. I'm not going to delve too deeply into it because I think it's a spoiler. In this one, you were introduced to this throne room, a queen, some kind of like magistrate or something, and then the goddess like comes out of the wall, and you're in this enormous boss fight, and you have four characters, and all the combat is awesome, and all the special effects are crazy, the voice acting is sick, the wombo combo of the two main characters, and you're just introduced to all these insane features. It was sick. It was genuinely so unbelievably sick. But that's the intro. Once you're out of that like beginner area, that big boss battle, which is unbelievably cool. By the way, goddamn, you're then presented with the world again. And the world is even more beautiful than before. There are more things to do, more objects, more mechanics, more features present. They have listened to player feedback and created more in the world for players to do. And honestly, like I only played the what was available in the demo. There's gonna be more available in the beta test, but I think I wasted way too much time just flying around, running around, fighting things, and seeing the stark contrast, I think, in terms of the combat fluidity and just the combat style. Because I think one of the main gripes I had with the first beta test, and I stress this, like, I was sponsored for the first beta, but as always, it doesn't matter if I'm sponsored. I will state my brutal, honest thoughts and opinions, because at the end of the day, like, that's what you watch me for. And if someone's gonna pay me, they're gonna pay me, they're gonna sponsor me, they're gonna provide me access, knowing that if something sucks, I will say it sucks. So in that first beta test, I thought there was way too much focus on parrying and not enough focus on the other stuff, right? The dodging, the individual character utility, the comboing, the different character affinities. That was not the case in this demo. In the demo, there were so many characters synergized well together. You did parry. There were plenty of opportunities to parry the bosses, both or Cinderella, the first boss, and the bosses you fought out in the world. But they had reduced the, I think, focus on the parrying, making, I think, more room for actual, like, other options in combat, presenting you more diverse selections of options to actually engage the enemy. That way you're not just hit a few times, ooh, parry, 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 no, it's you hit a few times, you use an ability, you swap character, oh, now you can parry, oh, dodge, oh, now parry, oh, now you use some abilities, swap character, use that character, oh, combo them, oh, here's a dodge, now you parry. There was so much time, I think, between parries. Like, they didn't remove, I think, the focus of parries so much. They just improved the amount of other options that were available, which means that it's much less parry heavy and much more skill focused. Character focus with regards to abilities, character focus with regards to individual character synergies. It just, the combat was so much better. It was smoother. The animations were much more fluid. The characters look better. They introduced some new characters into the game that were playable in the demo, and the beta is shaping up to be quite something, especially when you factor in the new bunny girl. So I got to also, at the Anime Expo booth, tour the booth a little bit, and their cosplayers are fire. Genuinely, like, they had the males up there and they had the females. They had the male main character, the female main character, one of the guy characters that you could be, and I think they had Cinderella. They also had the bunny girl. I forget her name, but the bunny girl. Oh my god, this cosplayer, she destroyed me. Not just me, also Mrs. Stix. We had footage of both of us here. She grabbed my hand. She pulled me into the crowd, and then she started dancing with me. She started moving me around. She controlled the entire situation. I was a mannequin, and she was the puppet master. She pulled all the strings, and then she pouted. She got a little upset with me, and then I tried apologizing, and she got worse. It was the experience was unreal. Like, genuinely, the cosplayers at these conventions, the cosplayers at Silver Palace's convention specifically, oh my god. And then after you know what the best part is? After that, she saw Mrs. Stix, who is my the person that records all of my appearances, by the way, at all these different conventions. She saw Mrs. Stix there with the camera, and she's like, you come here. And Mrs. Stix was like, what? No. I'm the person recording. She's like, you here now. Mrs. Stix was like, okay, babe, here, take the camera. So I took the camera. I started filming. She grabs Miss, she pulls her in. Mrs. Stix was like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on. And then she gets down on her knees, and she literally worships Mrs. Stix, my wife. And it was like, that was, oh my god. The cosplayers at this convention. Then I got up on the stage with one of the male characters and the female main character protagonist, and oh my god, like, literally, this booth was very impressive. The visual aesthetic of it was incredible. The Pegasus mount that you fly on out the front was crazy. The cosplayers blew our minds. They knew exactly what to do to capture the moment, to hold your attention, and to just escalate things to a degree and extent that you never saw coming. This game was such a stark improvement. If you were to have rated the first beta and then compared it to this demo, which is going to, I'm assuming here, be the version that we're gonna get to play in the dichotomy test, I would say this is twice as good. Twice as good, if not even better. This was incredible. This was so much more fun. I am so unbelievably excited to play this now, and you should be too, because at the end of the day, this is beautiful. It plays well. The voice cast was great. The story was even better. The intro was awesome. The boss fights were cool. The cosplayers in the event was phenomenal. Once again, if you have not already, scroll down in the description of the pinned comment, click that sponsored link. Do not disappoint me. Do not disappoint our community. Do not disappoint your parents, your family, which you will be doing if you do not pre-register and play this game with me. So do it right now.